And we're back. This is Stoneshard. But anyone that reached it at this point, I think, would know. Okay. I'm doing this because I actually miss playing roguelikes. I love them. It's basically, to me, it's one of the best translations of any sort of RPG. Hardly anything interesting. At times I have this thought, maybe to hell with all. Wouldn't it be better to close up shop, gather my things, and hit the road? Somewhere far away. It's not like you can earn all the money in the world. Yeah, I guess. Greens always come first. You turn up your toes in a thick without them. Any rumors? Here's something I've noticed while watching people. The more someone's manners resemble a slippery snake, the better life treats them in times of turmoil. I still have decency and shame, believe it or not. But some other folks, nothing but a gaping hole where their heart should be. Dude, this is... one might say that this is not deep, but my god, I think it is. Try as you might, you won't find better goods anywhere. Okay, let's see what you have got. So basically food for preparing food. Food for cooking. Okay. Why do I say that this is deep? This is one of the things that is one of the most fundamental questions in ethical terms. Is it worth to be good? And man, entire books were written about this. Even last 2 weeks we've been discussing whether Cephalus from the Republic was a good man or not, and if it was worth it, as Thrasymachus insists on saying, it's way better to just live by strength. Socrates dismisses the argument, but still, I mean, it's contended. If you go back to Machiavelli, it seems that Thrasymachus actually has all these. He actually understands how the world unfortunately works without ethical understanding or metaphysical understanding of these questions. And that's the phrase. That's the most common phrase that leaps out of anyone that has become skeptical about how life treats a good person or an honest person. Don't even have to be just maybe good, or to put simply, honest. There's a difference there. Oh man, just saw a little green parrot flying through my. It's actually I forget how they're called in parakeets. We have these little savage parakeets around here, and they have the green in their wings is the most unbelievably beautiful thing you will ever see. One just flew by my window. Oh man, yeah. And he was flying amidst other birds. But how would I call them? It's the local species. Anyway, have anything for sale? I'd like to ask a few questions. Do you have any work for me? What do you say about some of my trophies, weapons, armor, and safety? What kind of trophies you might have? Just some broken junk. Love this. I'll buy it off your hands, but only for cheap. You can find heaps of that stuff in every ditch. Yeah, it's you actually fought a war. There isn't much use for broken equipment. It's not worth fixing, and there aren't many people around here willing to buy. Even if I melt it, it still barely covers the effort. Yeah, makes sense. The magistrate wants things new and shiny, and we rarely have mercenaries like you in our parts. Still, if you find an item in good condition, bring it here. I'll have a look. You don't have mercenaries? That's interesting. Well, it says here that you would call it Great Kiskadi. That's an interesting name, Great Kiskadee. So basically, I had these little parakeets flying amidst the Great Kiskadees. They actually fight the hawks, the local hawks. The Kiskadees are violent, man. They are small, but my God, they are violent. They're vicious. They actually hunt. They actually hunt little. They hunt vermin. They hunt rats, little rats. The mice. That's how they call it. Yes, they hunt mice. They hunt small lizards, and they kill them by bashing them against rocks to swallow them and eat them, tear them apart. And when hawks come hunting any sort of like a little doves or their own babies, or these kiskadees just fly over the hawks. And these hawks, they aren't that big, of course. They are hawks. They're not eagles or something like that, but they are big compared to a kiskadee, compared to a parakeet, compared to a sparrow. They're really big, and they still actually shove these guys away. So, yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, these are intriguing questions. I like the way Jabbar, whoever wrote this actually knows the craft. Actually knows how to write a character. Okay, tell me about yourself. Jabbar is visibly puzzled by the question. What about me? I'm just a simple smith, not much here to tell. I work the forge all day. If I had fewer distractions, I'd probably spend even more time working. Back then, before the war, I used to shoe horses and sharpen scythes. Those were good days, a peaceful time. But now, everything's different now. It seems that, I don't know, if according to GURPS, the skills for a smith and for a weaponsmith and an ironsmith are actually very distinct. It makes sense, you put a horseshoe on a horse, is one thing, you actually have to understand what you're doing down there so as not to hurt the beast. And weapons, and different stuff altogether. I'm not big on forging weapons. I only had to learn it out of necessity. I knew it. Yeah, they understand as well. Anyway, if you see something you like, let me know. We'll discuss the price. What else are you interested in? Tell me about the village. Well, we have a mill. That's about the size of it. Other than that, it's a village like any other, no better or worse than other villages. Not a lot of folks here, but they are all decent, hard-working people. It's always a pleasure to spend an evening with them over a mug of ale. We get by, more or less. The war's pretty much passed us by, and I'm sincerely grateful for that. Anything else I can help you with? So basically, you have this magistrate saying that this place has a strategic importance, but it's basically a backwater village, and there's nothing here. Not even mercenaries will come around. So why? What is going on? Oh, don't mind me. Okay. Can you teach me something? No offense, but I'm doing just fine without an apprentice. Oh, you want to learn some other skill. I'm rather experienced with a hammer, to put it mildly. And I also know a lot about weak points in armor. I can teach you these things if you want to. I don't have this kind of money. Okay. Teach me something. How about we trade for a bit? So basically, the ethos behind this guy is work. This guy's all about work. And he understands that so much so that he actually reads the entire village as far as production goes, as production relevance, economic relevance goes. But he also understands people in a sense. He also seems to understand the value of peace and dialogue. And yeah. So far, I actually like these characters. Like the way they are written. In a sense, it's very. I think it matches the scenario even. Okay, any work. Here's the deal. Odar ordered me to forge a bunch of new swords for our guards. However, Can't bring myself to waste good iron on them. They don't even dare to step outside the village. What the hell do they need good swords for? You see, that's also weird. So that's what I have in mind. Bring me some junk swords. I'll fix them up and put them in use. Okay. Cleavers and other crude, simple blades will work the best. 3 of them should be enough. I'll pay you much more for that crap than you usually get. Deal. Also, I like how the sprites move. They wobble a little, but they have all these manners and gestures, like her, for example. If I actually center on her there, see, she's looking to the side, scratching her head, getting her hair rearranged, realigned. That's awesome. That's awesome. Fruit, only sweet fruit. Heard anything interesting? Selling food is the best business there is. Take a blacksmith for comparison. Nobody needs weapons in times of peace. Scythes and horseshoes are fine and all, but they alone won't make a decent profit. Now, people wanting something to eat, that you can always count on. Yeah, but that also means that you have to produce a ton of food to sustain a guy that works the forge, for example. At very least, according to Rousseau. And then the price that you practice on that is really, really low, so you have to sell a lot more. Yeah, of course, that depends on the economic health of your society, I guess. But I don't really see you selling such unique things in a village that seems to be basically agrarian. This lands a lot of rumors. Mind sharing one? You really think this truce will end the war? Yeah, right. I can see the sky collapse in our heads before those highborn lords finally come to an agreement. Okay. So I have a place to buy food. Music is also awesome in this game. I actually downloaded the soundtrack so I can get to a more involved, how do you say it, interaction. That's not the word that I was looking for, but anyway. So yeah, I actually, I don't know, I'm actually in lately I'm in a distinctive vibe, and probably this is translating to my dragged way of speaking. I'm actually trying to be more intentional about things, and I'm trying to savor them a lot more. I don't know, I reached that point in my life, that age, that rushing through things is no longer my vibe. I've rushed enough to build my career, to, I don't know, do all kinds of crap, and I don't find my career as crap, it's just an expression. I actually love it. I actually love everything that I've done so far, except the mistakes. Those yeah, doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. This is why I'm talking about birds. I'm seeing butterflies outside. I'm just sitting in front of the window and contemplate the sun as I wait for my wife to come back home with our lady dog. And here we have our winged babies with us, with me, and drinking coffee, drinking water, just savoring everything. And listening to music as I commute, for example, is one of these things. I have been listening to podcasts, praying as I commute, listening to music. Yesterday, by the way, I actually saw someone that I didn't see in a long time. When I commute, there's this missionary that there's the bus, and she's always preaching in the bus. I actually talked to her a few times. She's unbelievable. She's amazing, and she has this vigor, and this passion and this love, and she's never. Of course, there are people that laugh at her, which breaks my heart in a sense. I mean, in the literal sense, no, not in the literal sense, but breaks my heart. But it was awesome to listen to her. It was an answer to a prayer. I was praying and I said to the Lord, please don't let this conversation end now. So I don't have my earplugs, my My phones, yeah. So yeah, I think they're not earplugs, are they? I don't know. AirPods, I don't know. I don't know how to call them. But so the battery is low, so I don't really pick them up and enter the bus, and there she is. You know, it's been months since I last saw her, and so I keep listening to her talking about Jesus and talking about how we should repent and restore our hearts and so on and so forth. And the conversation went on, and at some point she says, "You know, the Lord actually he delivers. He He bathes us in His glory, in His mercifulness, in His love. He He pours His love upon us. He's pouring right now, but you gotta feel it, you know. And man, it's she's so right. She's totally right. You know, if you're connected, spiritually connected, you feel that. It's awesome. It's simply awesome. You know. Anyway, you can see that I'm talking about many things. This is why these sessions exist for me. You know, this is why Roguelite exists. Roguelikes, to me, they are challenging, equal parts challenging and relaxing. So yeah, let's talk to Bert. Ugh, a mercenary, fresh from the road. Let me give you a piece of advice. Stick with me, and you'll be rolling in gold in no time. Stick with you? How so? I have a business offer to you. The previous mercenary used to bring me all kinds of wares, and I paid him generously for them. Everyone was happy with that deal. So how about you and I have the same arrangement? What happened to the previous mercenary? Overestimated his abilities. But hey, no use dwelling on it. It's all water under the bridge. The only thing that matters is that we have an agreement. Okay. My God, this is good writing. Can you do around here to earn some coin? Okay, tell me about Osbrook. There's nothing remarkable about this dump. Just another god's forsaken place. The cart with wares arrives only once a week, unless it gets robbed on its way here, of course. Folks in this village only spend money on stuffing their stomachs. Let's just say it's not the best place for business. Why don't you leave it? I'll live for Bryn eventually. However, it's too dangerous to travel alone. Tried to cut a deal with Odar, but he charged so much for protection that I had to drop the idea. I can't afford this kind of expenses yet. Anything else I can help you with? Yeah. Heard anything interesting? Someone once told me that living in the countryside isn't safe, but why would anyone think city life is any better? At least we've got food on our table. When the famine hit, sorry, all hell broke loose within the city walls. I heard people there were at each other's throats fighting for every last chunk of bread. Got plenty of wares here. You want it? I have it. Okay, let's see. All in good measure. That's enough talk for now. Oh, interesting. What can do around here to earn some coin? Ah, I see you are an enterprising soul. Well, if you find an answer to your question, make sure to let me know. There aren't many opportunities to spend money in Osbrook, and even less to earn them. Nothing for a mercenary to do here at all? There might be a contract or two. Odar, our elder, hands them out left and right. Too bad most of those who take them rarely come back. You can also ask our craftsmen. They're always in search of materials. Thanks for the advice. Any work? There's an opportunity for profit. I met an elf at the Bryn Market who urgently needed a bison pelt and a pair of horns. He promised a huge amount of money in return. He didn't say what he needed those things for, but what does it matter as long as he pays? If you bring me a bison pelt and horns, I'll share the money with you. You have more than enough beasts wandering the nearby steppes, and I bet you are a skillful hunter. Sure you manage. So, deal? Deal. Anything else I can help you with? About trade for a bit. Let's see what you've got. ID scrolls, Menshire fortified. The vineyards of Menshire have barely started producing after being ravaged by war, so finding good wine is no easy task. This bottle is clearly old stock. Okay. We have spiked clubs, peasant lung flail, made in haste from whatever pieces were available. It's neither sturdy nor comfortable to wield. Yeah, it looks like it sucks. I can imagine someone actually using a flail. I can imagine that the flail would actually grant some more reach beyond the staff that it's attached to, but it should be clumsy, I think. Simple wooden mace, bristling with imposing spikes. The wounds it leaves are less than pleasant. I'll bet. Alright. What's this horn? Drinking horn. This item may interest some merchants. It's hard to imagine what Eldorian nobles would do with their time. Feasts and hunting didn't exist, other than slaughter each other, other with renewed vigor. Other than slaughter each other with renewed vigor, that is. Okay. Identification scroll, enchantment scroll, powerful blow the Enchanter's Collegian by the United Circle. Oh, cool! Result of a long-standing clash between the United Circle and the Enchanter's Collegian. So basically, the Enchanter's Collegian does this, and that's interesting. The idea that you would have mages trying to keep their crafts secret, kind of like in Earth, that the scenario from GURPS Fantasy, where the mages actually create an inquisition to hunt down those that develop technology because they kind of want to have the monopoly on certain comforts. I love that scenario because of this. That's the distinctive part of it. That, of course, in the Bane Storm, that actually brings all the races together, because they just, I think that in that world there were just elves, maybe dwarves, I don't remember. There were elves, and the elves there were elves, orcs, and dwarves, if I recall correctly, and they wanted to get rid of the other races. So the dark elves actually created, they're basically philosophy, not a different species. They created the Bane Storm, trying to expel these to kick out all these other races, and they botched. They rolled an 18. They botched it regally, and the Bane Storm actually brought people from all other corners of the universe, the lizard men, the humans from Earth, into this Earth. It's YRTH with circumflex sign accent on the Y. It's pronounced Earth. So from our Earth to theirs, they actually pulled the humans in there. I don't remember what other races. I think centaurs as well. But I think there were just elves, dwarves, and orcs, or elves and orcs, and they wanted to kick out the orcs, if I recall correctly. But I remember distinctively that lizardmen came from desert worlds, that humans came from all sorts of cultures from Earth. And even there were other indigenous peoples that were brought together, but their communities were actually absorbed in other lands, like Sahut, for example. I don't remember anyway. I have to read again Banestorm. They actually redid GURPS Fantasy as Banestorm, which is a great book, by the way. I actually have to reread the whole thing yet. I love that setting. Okay, so bitter respite from scorching midday sun. Okay, so basically items, assorted items. Okay, thank you, Bert. Stuck to you now. Keely, greetings. Anything interesting? Famine, plague, desolation. All of that would be easier to bear if we weren't also slaughtering each other. A bad peace is better than a good war. Ever heard this saying? Yeah. Basically, in the world we are now living that. We just came out of a pandemic of catastrophic proportions, and we have war. We have it's not just Ukraine, these war exercises, quote unquote, by Russia on the frontier of Poland, or the drones on Romania. We have like 53 or 54 or how many were there? I think it was 46 spots of war in the world. 46, you know, all over the world. So some of them are even considered states of civil war. Really, my country has one of those. It looks like civil war. I mean, it is civil war. Really, it's abhorrent. Anyway, humans being humans. Lively rumors. Okay, I'd rather not spend any more money on idle gossip. Ouch. Anything for sale then? Nothing. So basically, you're doing nothing. You're not talking to me. You have nothing to sell, dude. Come buy meat, the best meat in the area. Okay, Ormond. Tell me, rumors? It's a sin to say something like this, but if half the people hadn't died to war and the plague, not sure how we would have survived the bad harvest. At least right now, we have a fighting chance. Yeah, that's awful to say, but the peace can't come soon enough. We got to restore everything that was ruined. We have our work cut out for us. Every pair of hands will be needed, and everyone will have something to offer. Just need to survive until that day. Survivor, huh? What a feather! What a feather chunk. Okay, let's trade. Okay, raw meat, tender, soft, juicy, mouth-watering chunk. No way anymore. That is a feminine resort to eating rats, foxes, badgers, and other critters. It looks like history made another circle. Yeah. But about trader interest in alcohol, valuables, jewelry, meat. Oh, cool. All right. What weapon am I using? Staff. Do I have any gold? 242. I actually could use some more. Stuck to the rooster. Can't. This is very well done, man. Ursa, good day. Someone once told me that living in the countryside isn't safe, but why would anyone think that? Okay, same thing that. So basically, the rumors are cyclical. They repeat themselves. Locked. Hey, guard. What's with the staring? Rumors? Do you believe in vampires? I don't. The undead are common enough, and I've seen some giant spiders too. I've even dealt with vermlings a few times. But vampires? They're just old wives' tales. Well, there was this odd fellow spreading rumors about an entire brood of bloodsuckers in the ruins of the Manshire Abbey. What a joker, right? Even small kids know that there's nothing dangerous about the place, except for restless spirits, that is. Yeah, the old man would disagree. Need something? Trade? You have beer, dark ale. Fortifies vigor, provides nourishment, and helps tolerate hardships working in the fields. Yeah, they would drink on duty, I guess. Restore 12 durability to any leather armor. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. Oh man, I love these. The chat here on the side. This is so characteristic of roguelikes. Don't run away. I just want to talk to you. What's with the staring? Anything, Giselle? No. Yeah, I don't know what's with the staring. What's your name? Keely. Oh, it's Keely again. I'll pass Showcross again. That's a nice way to say goodbye. Or pass Showcross again. Saying that, I actually started playing this game I went to the tavern, to the tavern owner, and I asked for a room, so he actually gives me the room after I pay. And imagine that you're talking to the person saying, I need a room. Okay, there's a room upstairs. You can rest there, use the oh god, I forgot the name. The trunk, the trunk in there, the safety box or whatever. Okay, and then you say to him as you go upstairs, our paths shall cross again. Yeah, when you come down in the morning, for sure. I mean, really. Okay. I can enter houses apparently. There's a few of at least that I can enter. Let me see the map. It's basically the map and marker legend close map. Okay, let me see because I don't think I can access the map in any other way. Wait, anyway. I don't think I can't actually access the map. Caravan, what's this? It's actually just a cluster with the what's this? Tailor's workshop. Oh, cool. Yeah, they mentioned it. Carpenter's workshop. This should be the carpenter. Well, right now I'm just gonna try to fight Oldar, the Elder. No. Let's go south. They mentioned that it was south. Okay, this is the herbalist, right? Yeah, herbalist house. They actually mentioned that I probably wouldn't survive without herbs and brews and potions. My back hurts something fierce. Let me get the mortar. I'll fix myself right up and then help you, okay? Rumors? Well, not a lot of excitement to be had around here. But on some nights, I wake up to the clatter of hooves. I imagine lying in bed, too scared to peek outside. Imagine lying in bed, too scared to peek outside, wondering whether it's friends or foes. Yeah, it's also really mature the way that they see this. I mean, they've just been through war, so odds are that they're basically horsemen ready to war. Ugh, my back hurts something fierce. Okay, go take care of it. Work? My back's killing me. If I don't do anything about it now, in a couple of days, I won't even be able to get up from bed. I still have work to do. Help an old man out. Go to the forest and pick some fresh herbs. The dried stuff I have here won't do. Okay. So here's what I need for the ointment. A tuft of spearmint, a tuft of fleawort, and a couple of leaves of agrimony. Okay. Got it. If you bring it all here, I'll share some of my supplies with you. Deal. Let's trade. Antitoxin helps you sober faster. Yeah, I need some healing salves. It's 50 a pop, and each has 3 uses, right? Yeah, I have some healing salves already, so I don't know if I actually leeches. Situational morale can be applied to selected body part. Grants leech therapy for 30 turns. Intoxication. Oh, it actually removes intoxicants. Cool. Bottle of oil. I can get a passer. Okay, I can get this. One of these. Herbal extracts. Infusions of intoxicating herbs are primarily employed. Actually reduces pain. That's good. How much for this? 25. So I'm going to spend 50 on this. I also want the antidote. I already have one of the. Alright, so I have some bandages. Let me buy another bandage. Put the fix here. Let's try to organize this thing. Okay. Okay, here's the map. Use. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool. The map actually opened up a lot of things here. Nice. Oaken Barrow Brewery, Lone Farmstead, Roadside Tower, Fort at the Outskirts, and Drunken Woodsman Inn. Brent's Cabin, Point of Interest. Something interesting can be found here. Okay, let's go to something interesting can be found here. South, right? Okay, I'll go there. It's alongside the road. Goon spotted. Where? Aha! Interesting. Human. Hostile. Health, energy, armor, durability, will to fight. This dim-witted brute's remarkable strength thoroughly compensates for its lack of wit or smarts. I think it's going to be the same. Okay, I don't think I have any spells yet, do I? Sorcery. No, I do have pyromancy. Yeah, I want fire barrage, please. Sigiomancy, electromancy. I could learn a second one, but I don't think so. Let me see. Swords, axes, maces, daggers, spears, ranged staves. Should I fight with staves? Yeah, let's go staves. Staggering, dazing. What else? Hail of blows. I'm gonna make this guy kind of like a mystical warrior. Charge towards the target. Battle trance. Battle trance. There are enemies within vision using spells grants plus 8% weapon damage plus 3 critical for 10 turns. Yeah, this is what I want. Exactly what I want. Cool. I don't think I'm within reach. In there's name. Come on. You too. Yeah, I'm not casting multiple. Let's dance, boys. That's it, baby. What was that? Enforcer receives mighty swing. Well, should have known, boys. Get this out. This is cool. I can actually collect blueberries. Eat. That's cool. Alright. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I mean, I kind of want to do this weekly, you know, for the benefit of my mental health, in a sense. It's one activity amidst many others. I mean, readings that I actually like to do. It's not that I don't like to do the readings that I have to do for my job. I love to do them. But I gotta say that it doesn't get any easier when I have to do them without pause, you know, without having time to do them. And I kind of want to profit from Awakens like that, you know. I have to watch some classes that I love to watch, for example, now. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down and just watch them on my own terms, and with patience, and you know, I kind of want to do them in with pleasure, you know, with gusto, you know, just sitting back and enjoying that. There's plenty of cool things for me to read. And plenty of conversations to be had, you know, and yeah. And there's one thing that you discover real quick, you know. People say that they should work obsessively and stuff like that. It gets worse if you try to do that. It will only get worse, in a sense, you know. Because you get so restricted in your own world that soon enough you're just dry. You have nothing left to offer. You have to have different experiences, you know. Loosen up. I actually got sad one of these days because I was talking to one of my students. He mentioned, oh, I thought that this choice that you made was a little dry, you know. And he was right. I mean, I got sad because I actually made the wrong choice. But at the same time, I can't really say that I actually loved what he said, because it was actually a wake-up call for me, you know. And I actually decided to start doing things with more attention, being more present. I actually tried another cutthroat. Where? Okay, there. Enforcer. There's one. Low danger. Hostile. Okay. Respect another enforcer. Okay. And here the trees will get in the way. Probably get in the way of my fireboats. Just wait one more time. Okay. Man, I love the music here. This adds another layer of strategy here. Why aren't you? Oh, you can't really move in certain. No, I think 3 are a bit too much for me. So I'm gonna keep moving away. Spare me my ass. I'm coming for you. Spare me. You asked for it. You were begging for it. Let me check how am I doing here. Okay, let me use one of these solves here. No, it's just apply healing solve here to the right hand. There's no need for more than that anyway. Let me just do the fig. Give me the dice. I don't know if they're important or if they could now not to stick the dice. But I actually found them to be cool item. In a way. Vital component of at least a dozen gambling games. New location discovered. I can rest here. I wonder if it was gonna save the game here. Yeah, there was really a place of interest here. So I'm gonna rest here till morning, and then, well, we'll see. We will see how it goes. But for now, I'm gonna cut this recording, and I'm gonna come back with more soon enough. Thanks for being here, guys. Your place to discuss philosophy, life, and everything else, and to relax, to just dial down a bit, is here at the Sci-Fi Cafe. Thank you.